So you're going to hire your sales rep. You figured out how you're going to pay them. You put the job ad out. You've hired somebody. What does their first week actually look like at the company? In this video, I'm going to walk through some of the things that you should consider when onboarding your sales rep. What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for watching part 3 of the How to Hire a Sales Rep video series. I think that's what we're calling it, Matt. Totally. Thank you to Mighty Line for sponsoring this video. As always, those guys rock. If you want to check out their products for free, go to mightylinetape.com/stripe it, and they will send you a sample kit at no charge. Good guys over there at Mighty Line. Okay, so video 1, we talked about what do you do, like think about what you want as a structure for your sales rep before you even post the job ad. Second video last week, we talked about commissions. How are you actually going to pay them? Do you pay on, top line revenue, gross profit, all that stuff? Let's say you've hired a sales rep now. You found your guy, and like, we're going to do this. I cannot recommend enough that you build a really simple onboarding plan for your sales rep. Now, really, you should do this for any employee. There is a huge psychological advantage for prospective new employees when they sign their employment contract. Like, just put yourself in their shoes for a second. They're probably freaked out. Starting a new job is hard, and they're coming to a company that they've never worked at before. They don't know how everything works. So I'm a big fan of building simple one-page onboarding plans for new employees. So basically what this looks like is, for a sales rep, I like to get really granular on what their first day will look like, but really the whole week. So basically a Monday at 8 a.m. or whatever time they start, I will write down on a piece of paper from 8 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. We're just going to do like a meet and greet. So they're going to come to the office or the shop, wherever you work, meet some people, meet the other employees of the company. Our shop and office, we have lockers for the employees, so we'll get them set up with a locker. Basically all that ticky-tacky like onboarding first day stuff. Put it down in writing, exactly what you're going to do, how much time you're going to spend. That way it's clear to everyone, not just your new employee, but it's clear to you as well as the business owner, like, hey, this is not a rush. We're going to take 60 minutes, 90 minutes. Make sure you're comfortable. Get your parking spaces set up, whatever you have to do in your company. Just write it down in paper. And then as you progress through that day, the first day of, just continue that process. Like, write down what it is we're going to be doing for the rest of the morning on Monday. So that's going to be different for everyone, but you might put something in there like, for a couple hours, I'm going to show you some of the systems and the softwares that we use for you to do your job. You're not going to train them perfectly, but you might take some time just to give them a summary of like, this is how the CRM works. This is how the invoicing software works. Basically just acclimatize them to the stuff that you use every day. Other things you could consider on their first day is like, you could hit the ground running with them pretty fast, maybe take them to a couple sales appointments on their first day. I think that's a great thing to do. Get them like meeting some of the prospective people really early and then kind of shadowing you. That's probably a good thing to do. Another thing that we do a lot when we have hired a sales rep is get them going on some sales training videos really early. So if you don't have access to any of the sales training videos or from anywhere, this would be a great time to do that. They might cost you some money, but I think it's a great way to make them comfortable. And if you have a sales training video that you've really enjoyed in the past, that you kind of adopt that mentality, show it to your new sales rep. Like, make that part of their day. That would be super helpful. So I like to make the Monday very granular, like literally time block throughout the day. Like, this is what we're going to do. And at the end of the day, I always include like end of day recap. Like, congratulations, you survived your first day. What do you think? And basically use that as an opportunity to get feedback from your new sales rep. As you go through the rest of the week, I for myself, when I build out this onboarding plan, I don't get that granular. Like, I leave a lot more time spaces open or like flexible. But the point is, throughout the whole week, right up until the end of the day on Friday, this person will know exactly what their first week will look like, more or less, with some room for flexibility in there. That just makes them comfortable. It takes the pressure off you, because there's probably going to be times throughout the week where, as a business owner, you got your crap to do. So if you build out a plan where they have time where your new sales rep can work alone, that kind of frees you up to make sure you can still do the things that you need to do. And from my experience, like I think this is true for any employee. I don't think employees want to follow you around for the first 40 hours of the week anyways. You probably want to give them some time to get used to the company and the systems on their own. So I definitely like tone down the how detailed it gets, but I make sure that I build that onboarding plan well before they start, and make sure you give it to them at least a couple days. Like make sure they have it in their possession, email it over before they start. That way they know what they're walking into. They know what their week will look like. That is a huge advantage. If you have like no plan whatsoever, it might work out okay, but there's always that risk that any new employee could come in and just basically see a lot of chaos and not have any idea what they're doing. And at the worst case scenario, they can just say to themselves, I don't think this is where I want to be, and they don't have to show up for their second day. That would be a terrible outcome. So mitigate that by building an onboarding plan. So if you do those three things, you'll hopefully have a very successful outcome hiring a sales rep. Get very clear on what you want to do before you hire them. Figure out that commission structure and give them a simple onboarding plan to make them feel all warm and fuzzy when they start working with you their first week. So if you have any questions about that process, if you're freaked out about hiring a sales rep, reach out to us, drop a comment in this video, send us an email. Sales is my favorite thing in the world. So I would love nothing more than to answer questions about sales rep and how to hire somebody in that department. So good luck this year. Hire those sales rep, go make some money, and keep your stripes hot. We'll talk to you next week.